31 Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle with 31 Triple Doppler.
You'd think we'd be really used to this extreme heat, but man, it just keeps coming, and it still is kind of a surprise when you step out and just feel how hot it is.
Well, and it's something that we, in general, don't look forward to during the summer months, but it's kind of a fact of life here across the Deep South that we have to deal with this. Heat advisories continue into tomorrow. There will be a reprieve, but then I'm also eyeing middle to latter part of next week. It may get worse before it gets better. Well, let's talk all about that. First, getting you started with the heat impact over the next couple days, moderate to major across the area. So again, just a reminder, you know, it's difficult to really get used to this, and you think you're used to it and you're going to be okay, and then you find out very quickly that the heat and the humidity combination will overwhelm you. So just keep that in mind tomorrow. Limit your time outdoors, certainly doing strenuous activity, even out walking. I tell you what, will take it out of you in a hurry if you're not doing it at the most comfortable parts of the day, which are going to be first thing in the morning, maybe into the early evening hours as the sun has gone down. At least you don't have that beating down on you. Feels like temperatures, that's what all this is based on. You get the high humidity, our bodies sweat. That sweat is not able to evaporate efficiently, which would normally tend to cool us off. So you get this, what we call the apparent temperature, the heat index. 105 is the kickoff for a heat advisory, and we're going to be right around that number again tomorrow. And then there is going to be a slight drop off Friday, Saturday, not because we're going to get rid of the humidity. That's not going anywhere. But we are going to see the temperatures ease back just a little bit, so that will bring down the feels like numbers a tad. They may go back up again on Sunday, down slightly on Monday, and then they could go a bit higher again later next week. In fact, we are keeping an eye on the time frame, basically the last week of July, 24th through the 30th. Climate Prediction Center is already highlighting an area from the Carolinas across North Alabama back into the Midwest and into the Arklatex of an elevated chance of some dangerous heat coming back into the picture over a large area. And again, this may end up being even more significant than what we have out there right now. So stay tuned for details on that. That will especially perhaps become a problem for us a little bit later on next week. Right now, other than the heat, we've got a bit of rain out there that's been persistent. The shower and thunder shower activity lined up here from near Pulaski back into parts of Lauderdale County, and then the showers do kind of taper off from there, but they are holding here across the northwest corner of the state. Here's a closer view with 31 Triple Doppler and our live radar out of Muscle Shoals, and the most significant thunder shower activity, again close to Killen, along Highway 43, headed up towards the Tennessee border. We do expect that this is going to fade in the next hour or two, but may persist for a little bit longer. Future radar is kind of picking up on it, a little off on the details, but showing it in that general area. We'll put things into motion, and what you'll notice is it does go away. So by tomorrow morning, waking up to warm and muggy conditions, but otherwise it'll be quiet. Lunchtime tomorrow, we're partly cloudy. We'll see a mix of clouds and sun tomorrow afternoon, maybe an isolated afternoon shower. Otherwise, better rain chances will be more down into central Alabama, and some of this may have a chance to develop into the area through tomorrow evening, but then once again will gradually fade out as we take you into your Thursday night and into early Friday. And then during the day Friday, the rain chances do pick up slightly. Here's one in the afternoon, a little bit of isolated to scattered wet weather, and showers and some thunderstorms will likely become a little bit more numerous into your Friday afternoon. Some of these will produce very heavy rainfall as they move on through, as we do expect the impact from that disturbance in the Gulf to feed a little tropical moisture in our direction. That will be the impact around here, helping to increase our rain chances again briefly. The latest on that disturbance, National Hurricane Center keeps the chance of development here around 40%. This is very close, though, to the coast, and that is one of the limiting factors as to why this is just not getting organized. In fact, very disorganized right now, and only a small window of opportunity where it may be over water before it moves inland over Louisiana by Friday. We'll watch it. Right now, not real concerned it's going to be anything more than a rainmaker down there along the Gulf Coast. For us overnight tonight, warm, muggy, mid-70s. Tomorrow, we warm up fast, 86 at 10, 90 at the noon hour, and we'll be in the low 90s tomorrow afternoon, with that heat index or the feels like readings getting into the low 100s. 95 for Muscle Shoals, Florence area, same in Huntsville, 90 in Scottsboro. We'll go 94 in Decatur and 93 in Moulton tomorrow. Here's your Way 31 Storm Tracker 10-day forecast. Shower and storm chances do increase Friday, Saturday, Not necessarily a washout, but there will be some heavy downpours in a few spots both of those days. Temperatures come down, though, as a result. Lower 90s for your highs, so not quite as stiflingly hot, but by no means comfortable either. Next week, here's what I'm talking about. By Tuesday, we're back up around 95, and we may make a run into the upper end of the 90s. By the end of next week, probably going to still remain very humid at that point in time as well.
So we should enjoy the heat that we have right now.
I guess so. You know, it's all relative, but compared to what we may have the end of next week, what we're going to have the next few days might feel a little bit better.
Gotcha. Yeah. Thanks, Jeff.